Mr.G Gamer here, and I'm here with Shadow Wolf Gaming, a story time, and it's going to be a funny story collage of all the stupid stuff that has happened to us. I have yet, since the last time that I tried to post this video, I'm pretty sure I've forgotten my funny story, but you know what, I'll frickin' remember it as soon as he tells his. So, yeah, I know, that's one of them.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Anyway guys, it's Shadow Wolf Game 49 here today, and this is the second time I record this, but this is going to be another story time with Mr.G Gamer on, we're going to do funny story, life story, you know, whatever, collages. They're going to be a bunch of short funny stories of shit that happened to us, and hopefully you guys like them. The gameplay we're going to do today is more Fallout. Yeah. So, if you guys want to see that on my main channel, or main gaming, just tell me. And Gordon, you said there's black boxes on side screen. That's just stuff that's being done while everything was being recorded. So just like don't even like look at it or bother. Yeah, just ignore it. You're just here for the story. Anyway, I'm gonna let Mr. G Gamer start off with this funny story. Let's go.
I wanted you to start off with yours, but okay. What happened is that my friends, well, one of my friends, they used to smoke weed, him and his friend, and they were out in this field one day, and it's right next to their house, and I went in the house because they were smoking, and I was gonna be a good kid. Lucky me. But this spawned the best story ever. Okay, so they're smoking weed, and then all of a sudden, my friend, his name is Lane, his friend turns to him and says, just out of the blank, after they've been smoking for a while, turns to him and says, "I need to be free." It's a blank face. And what he did was he stripped all of his clothes off. He's bare naked. He ran off into the forest, or the field, bare naked. And then he blacked out, and he was just laying on the floor, and there for a while. And then Lane went to go and see what happened to him, and he found him, and he looked at Lane, and he's like, "Dude, what just happened?" And he turned to him, he said, "You looked at me, said I need to be free, and then ran off butt naked saying I need to be free."
Bruh,
and he had no recollection of that.
Yeah. So my funny story right now. Actually, that happened earlier today when I was buying KFC. So I had gone over to KFC today because I was hungry, and that's about a quarter mile down from my house. So I grabbed on my side satchel I bought from Comic-Con because I didn't feel like carrying the food all the way back, so I would put it in there. So I got that on. I walk all the way over to the KFC, and I get in there, I pay, and I'm just like, sweet, I got my food, so I walk out drinking my drink, I got my jacket on, it's cold outside, I have my satchel on, and as I'm walking out of, the parking lot of KFC, like, this homeless, like, African-American, tall guy walks up, like, at the other side of the parking lot, and you can tell he's homeless or some kind of drug addict, I don't even know, he's like, "Hey!" Like, I can just hear this, "Hey!" And I turn around, and they both me motion me to come over towards him, and I'm just like, I'm good. Like, he's telling me like, "Come over here, hey, over here," and I'm just like, no, I'm not done this. So I turn around and keep walking, and he's like, "Hey, over here!" And it's like, oh no, I'm not letting you take my freaking food. I'm not letting you take anything. Like, I
Ain't
did
gonna
not
let
trust
you
this
rape
guy
me in the
at all.
butt. You stay away from my
Yeah,
butt.
this guy, I don't know what he was gonna do to me.
He was
So we're
gonna
walking
he was
away.
gonna poke you
Like,
in
I
the
hear
booty.
this clicking noise. For like a split second, I thought a gun was pulled out. Like, I was scared shitless. So I, like, stood still, and I, like, turned around, like, I mean, and I turned around and the dude was gone. This guy was gone. And I just booked it across the street, and just casually walked back to my house like nothing ever happened. And I'm still wondering, because it was like 3 hours ago, like what would have happened to me if I would have gone over and freaking said what's up to that guy. Oh man, that's my story. Let's go second story.
Alright. I have a funny one where I got pissed off at something. And this was at my work. But apparently I work with stupid people, which I hate working with stupid people. But they're funny, and I love them, and I've worked with them for a solid 3 to 4 years now. So I'm at work one day, and I work in construction, so I do a lot of, construction stuff. I build house and all that kind of stuff. And we were remodeling this really nice lake house. And what happened was they wanted, these people are rich. I mean, like, rich. It's like they have an elevator in their house to go down like a set of like 15 stairs. Like that distance. And yeah, they got the monies. Okay,
oh, yeah.
well, what
Yeah,
happened?
so you can hear like all the constructions happen in the background. Just you're playing a Warframe.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll move my controller farther away from my booty. Not my booty. Get out of your mind, you dirty people. I love you. Okay, well, ignoring that.
Mr.G Gamer loves you all.
Yes, I love you all. Me love you long time, no charge. That's not racist. It's a quote from a movie. Okay. But, my game's being derpy right now. Besides that, they had a, deck, like a big deck outside so they could look at the lake. And what they wanted to do was put these big ass tiles and lay them all across the deck. Really nice. These tiles weigh like, okay, they weigh like 100 to like 120 pounds each. Okay, of course, my job that day was to move those tiles. We had, if y'all know what pallets are, we had like 4 giant pallets full of those tiles. And these are big solid tiles, and they come, each tile is about 100 pounds, and the packages things that they came in, that they were on the pallets in, they came in sets of 2, so they're about 200 pounds per set of tiles. And what ended up happening is I had to move all of these, so that's over like 300 sets of 200-pound tiles. And I'm having to carry them to this upstairs, up like several flights of stairs, and all kinds of shit. And this is already aggravating because I'm the only person doing this, and all the other guys, these are grown men, I mind you. I was 14 at this time, and these are grown men that weren't doing as much work as I was doing because I was lifting this intense more weight than them. And I was carrying those upstairs and stuff, and I made a pile on that back porch, or on that like back patio thing. I made a pile where I put all the tiles. Well, the tiles, since they were in packages of like 2, they had a little cardboard thing around them to hold them together. I'd set those down, and the guys that were laying down the tiles would take the packages and set them on top of the pile of the tiles that I was putting there. So I would walk up there with these heavy ass tiles, and I would go and put them down, and there would be like a stack of like cardboard stuff over it, so I couldn't set them down. So I'd set the tiles down, move the cardboard, set the tiles down again. I walked back, got more tiles, walked back all the way up to the stairs, and there was more cardboard stacked on top of the thing. I'm like, okay, y'all are dicks. I'm slowly starting to get pissed off. So I do it again, and this time I'm like done. I don't want to frickin' move tiles anymore because this is heavy and it's like midsummer, hot as hell, sweating my ass off. And I'm having to move tiles. This is a big no. I don't like this. And they just keep doing it. I walk back up there. This time I'm carrying 2 of the packages with the 200-pound tiles. So it's 400 pounds. Carrying a 400-pound package upstairs and all kinds of shit to get up to the frickin' thing to set them down. I'm pissed off, so I'm like tromping up there. I set them down. I just kick the plastic the cardboard, the stack of cardboard. They're over there working. I take it and I kick it at them while holding the tiles. They're like, hey, what was that for? I'm like, get your fucking cardboard away from my pile. And then, okay, by this time y'all know I'm already pissed. I know, I'm already pissed by this time. And I go down there, and there's guys watching me. And these piles have like these, if y'all don't know what it is, if y'all ever been to Home Depot, y'all know the pallets that they have. They'll have like plastic, like I call them ties, but they're like thick, like hard plastic kind of stuff that wraps around the pallets. And these hold stuff like over 1,000 pounds. So these things are sturdy. I go down there and you usually have to cut them with like, it's like, whatchamacallem, with like a really sharp knife. So that's what I've been using all the time. And somebody took the knife that I was using to cut them. They snagged it. So I go down there and I'm so pissed off by this time. And there's 2 people watching. This is what made it funnier. Because I'm like my dad. When I get pissed off, I do psycho shit. So I walk down there and the ties are holding the things. Well, I grab the ties and I rip them off, breaking them with my hands. Which that's like grabbing a triple threaded rope and breaking it with your, just taking it and ripping it apart. And there was 2 guys watching and they just looked over when I did it. And they're like, holy shit. And I was like jerking around the piles of tile and like picking them up really violently and setting them in different stacks and all kinds of stuff. And these people are just watching scared to death because there's this 14-year-old like throwing around these 400-pound tiles like they're nothing. And I keep doing it, and then I go back down, and the knife still isn't there. And I'm like, okay, who stole the fucking knife? And the guys are like, they just slowly started walking off, and they were like trying to avoid eye contact with me. And I waited. This is where I got really pissed. So I waited for them to walk back because I figured it was them. It ended up not being them, so I felt kind of bad doing this, but it was funny. I waited until they walked back, and I looked directly at them. As soon as I walked in the room, I looked directly at them, and I reached over and grabbed the tie and jerked it off and threw it at the ground. And they just looked at me and they're like, oh shit. So yeah, they kind of were scared. I ended up getting to where the point where I was carrying 3 of the packages of tiles, and I'm not shitting you, I'm actually carrying like these 3 packages of tiles upstairs and all kinds of shit. And this shit is heavy. It's like close to 600 pounds, if not 600 pounds exactly. I'm carrying this stuff. I was a big weightlifter, so yeah, I was pretty strong. So yeah. Now I'm going up there and I'm kicking the cardboard out. I finally get done with this shit. And you know what ends up happening? I end up having to lay down the tile. Because somebody else fucked it up.
Oh my god. I put my job with my... Well guys, that mean
I don't know, unless you got another part, that's the end of my story. Unless you got a story. I actually made that one quite long.
Right now. Plus guys, it is from time for the end of the video. God, I only told one story, nothing really happened in my life. But I hope you guys enjoyed
loser.
what Garrett had to say and whatnot. Anyway, I'll see you guys for the next video. If you have any ideas to suggest, just tell your suggestion. Tell them.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. And I'm thankful for all the followers and subscribers that have actually subscribed to me and that are looking at these views and giving feedback and commentary, like commenting and telling me stuff that I should do. Thanks to all of y'all guys. I'm becoming a better YouTuber, and I thank y'all for actually subscribing and watching. I'll be posting more content. Make sure y'all leave requests for stuff that y'all want me to do in later videos or in other games. If y'all want me to get other games, make sure y'all leave that in the comment section below. I will check it. I promise I will get to you. Don't break my promises. Yes, I promise. Alright, so if y'all like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.